These are movies Edgar Wright almost directed, but didn't. Part 1. Mission Impossible 4 Ghost Protocol. He was offered the chance to direct the fourth film when it was just Mission Impossible 4. We're not sure what happened, and maybe Simon Pegg was helping there, whatever, but Brad Bird ended up directing it with some help from Christopher McQuarrie. Ant-Man. There's probably longer videos on this, but I'll sum it up a bit. Edgar Wright had been developing the movie with Joe Cornish since 2006 at a different studio, but then eventually when the MCU happened, he was actually at the first Comic-Con panel for the MCU with Kevin Feige. This is how long back it went. Wright was even part of casting Paul Rudd, Michael Douglas, Michael Pena, and Evangeline Lilly for the first Ant-Man, and they went pretty far along. But after Marvel wrote a draft or wanted to write a draft, depends on who you ask there, without Edgar Wright and Joe Cornish, Edgar Wright felt he was a director for hire and not like his other films, which he writes himself. He said, I wanted to make a Marvel movie, but I don't think they really wanted to make an Edgar Wright movie. The Night Stalker, a film adaptation of the cult TV show, Kulbak, the Night Stalker. Disney hired Edgar Wright to direct the feature. Johnny Depp was cast as Kulbak the Night Stalker. D.V. DeVentis had been hired to write a script, which is weird because you'd think Edgar Wright would be involved. But he was supposed to work on this after Ant-Man, but Ant-Man never happened and this never happened. I don't know what happened to his Night Stalker movie. Failure to launch. Apparently, he was offered a chance to direct the Sarah Jessica Parker rom-com. Didn't happen, unfortunately, I guess. Fortunately, The Milk, an adaptation of Neil Gaiman's novel of the same name. It was a time travel movie with a live-action animation hybrid. It was going to also star Johnny Depp with a screenplay by Wright and Brett McKenzie from Flight of the Conchords. I don't know what happened, but with knowing how people feel about Neil Gaiman and Johnny Depp, I don't know if that's going to happen. Shadows, or Me and My Shadow, this DreamWorks animated movie, which was first called Me and My Shadow, directed by Mark Dindal, and have the voices of Bill Hader and Kate Hudson, and you've probably seen some version of the footage that leaked eventually. But after all that, Edgar Wright was involved, and it was going to be called Shadows, and it was going to be Edgar Wright's kind of debut animated film, which makes sense. He has kind of an animated sensibility. Edgar Wright and David Williams worked on several drafts of the script, but ultimately it was scrapped and never came to fruition. But he continued development after the leaked footage we saw, but nothing really ever came to be. And I don't know if Bill Hader was still involved after that.